All right, we're good. Welcome to the Timeout podcast, everybody, with Oli and Vens. As promised, we're back this week with a brand new episode for you guys. There's a couple of things going on right now. So we have the UEFA Nations League going on, where Portugal is facing Spain.
They
Uh,
won.
Portugal won. Ah, that is
They won 5-3 penalty shootout.
who missed. Because I
Um,
left the game in the middle of at the beginning of extra time.
I didn't
So
see
to hit
the
you.
I didn't see the penalty shootout. I
Let me
left the
see if
game.
I can find the stuff here. Tu. Oh, so Alvaro Morata miss. Not surprising. Former Real Madrid player that left, thought he could do better somewhere else. Hmm. All right. And on other notes, France whoop Germany's ass to be third.
It's third. Nobody cares about the third. Well, I don't care about the
I
third place
mean,
game. I don't care about a third place.
so does that take? I don't think that takes him out of the out of Ballon d'Or contention, but some people will say that that loss to Portugal takes Lamine Yamal out of Ballon d'Or contention. Um, I still. Oh, that puts Vitinha in conversation for the Ballon d'Or now.
No, it doesn't.
Why you say that? Why? He just won a trophy with his country, and he won everything with his club. That puts him in Ballon d'Or contention.
As a clear candidate,
Not a clear candidate, but he is in Ballon d'Or contention because the conversation was Dembele, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal. That was like the three people that were going back and forth with it. Dembele lost to Lamine Yamal and 5-4, but Spain was better. Um, Lamine Yamal just lost to Vitinha. Now, Vitinha won with his country and he won everything with his club. If we want to be serious,
but does that make him better?
he's a good midfielder. He's been a solid midfielder. He's a key player in that win against. He was a key player in that win against Germany, and he's been a key player for PSG in those victories. Now, listen though. If PSG goes far in the Club World Cup and he is playing at the same level, that might make him a clear candidate.
Okay. Okay. So you're just he's not in the club, but he's looking from the window.
What you mean?
Like he's not in the conversation, or he's not a
They
clear.
were not talking about him,
Yeah.
but I think they should add him in that conversation.
Okay.
Because the others didn't win anything with their country. And if we want to be technical, Lamine Yamal only won La Liga and Copa del Rey. Meanwhile, PSG won everything,
Won everything.
everything. As much as we wanna argue and say those leagues are weak, they won
They
everything.
are though. They are, bro.
Does it take the fact that they won everything? Does it take that fact away? They won everything.
Okay. Okay. I got nothing. I got nothing. Because it's like at this point, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna do too much hating on PSG and me
Ballon d'Or
believing
usually rewards the best player
on
for
the best
club and
team
team
and team.
and the
Yeah,
best team.
yeah,
Right now, whether we like it or not, PSG is the best team in Europe because they are the champions of Europe.
yeah.
Are they? Technically, they might not be. But right now, like that's what it looks like. And on the in Europe again, Portugal right now is the best team in Europe because they won the Nations League.
Mm-hmm.
The European Nations League. They just won it.
Yeah,
Everybody thought Spain was going to win because Spain looks so good, but Portugal played a great game against them. And Cristiano scored.
he did.
Le
He
Père a
did.
fait goal.
He scored. He scored. He scored. He scored. He scored the game tying.
The game dying.
The game
And
tying goal.
8 goals out of 9 matches. Le pe an boule toujou, man.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna be that solid for the 2026 World Cup? Nobody knows. But as
I'm
of
good.
right now, le pe an boule.
Mm.
And the old man has it down, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's arguable, honestly. But if we want to go by what FIFA did in the past, FIFA's crazy, bro. That's the only thing I can
That's
tell you.
unpredictable because like the Ballon d'Or to me,
Mhm.
it feels like it's one of those things where the like we know we talked about it. They're choosing the face of football at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's why Vinicius did not win it last year.
So them choosing the face of football means that the clear candidate, whoever you think that is, might not win it if they don't see that that person is capable of
But
being an effective
honestly,
face
brother,
of
it
football.
wasn't like that before. As when I was growing up, like watching soccer, watching clubs and everything, the only complaint I had about the Ballon d'Or was when Cannavaro won it against Ronaldinho, and they could argue that Italy was world champion because it was a World Cup year in 2006. Italy was world champion, so Cannavaro deserved it. Now, can a defender really, like a defender out of everybody should have won it? I don't know, but that was one of the year where Ronaldinho was on fire for Barcelona, and Ronaldinho deserved that Ballon d'Or, in my opinion. So you might hear me always say like Cannavaro gon Ballon d'Or will by Ronaldinho. That's actually for me. That's actually facts. Like Cannavaro should not have won that. Besides that, I me being a Real Madrid fan can argue that Messi has a couple of Ballon d'Or that Xavi and Iniesta
Ah,
deserve,
ah,
but.
ah! Stop it! Stop! 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 Stop!
I'm
I was
saying,
following you. We were on the same road, and then you went this way. Stop!
I'm saying, Messi has a couple of Ballon d'Or. Yun po Xavi, yun po
Nope.
Iniesta. But but Messi's Messi. Okay, for me to continue, Messi's Messi. So Messi. At the end of the day, he was still doing what he was doing. So it can be argued that those are his Ballon d'Or. The last one he won though, when he won the World Cup, I'm not contesting it because there were no clear candidate that deserved it more than him. He came out of a winning World Cup season, although he didn't do much with PSG, but they, like everybody else, they were not clear cut Ballon d'Or winner. Like nobody separated themselves from the pile.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that was like, what else, right? But when they took it from Vinicius, a lot of people argued racism. I did not think racism. My thought was a little bit more fucked up than this because I was like, yo, like you said, they want a face for FIFA, and to their mind, Vinicius is too ugly to be the face of FIFA. But
Man, I don't know. That's
but
not for me to decide.
that's what I'm saying. It was a little bit fucked up. But logically, giving a Ballon d'Or to Rodri over Vinicius when he had that type of season to me is crazy, bro. It's ridiculous. That's why this year everybody's saying Rafinha. You have a group saying Yamal. You have another group saying Dembele. Bro, don't be surprised if Vitinha wins it because it's the same type of scenario where a midfielder that's been key for his national team and key for his club is not much of a scorer, but he's been a key player in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Modric type of player.
Mm-hmm.
Because the season Modric won it, Modric wasn't scoring,
Mm-hmm.
and Modric was second in the World Cup. Remember? And they
Mm-hmm.
gave it to him. So don't be surprised if something like that repeats itself.
Are you
But
expecting them to be consistent?
I just feel like a factor that we are neglecting, the World Cup might be a little bit of a deciding factor in it, just for the sole fact that we know PSG is a solid team and they might go a little bit far in that Club World Cup. So
Mm-hmm.
they can, if they give it to him, to Vitinha or Dembele, they can say that okay, PSG has been on fire for every championship. It's
Mm-hmm.
just my train of thought because Yamal and Rafinha are not on the Club World Cup. So I don't know how I think that's gonna be their argument if they go the other route with it. It's just FIFA is so unpredictable that you cannot really know what they're gonna do, bro. You don't know what they're gonna do. But on
Is
an
there an
mm,
expectation for PSG? Is there a realistic expectation for PSG to go super far in the World Cup or Club World Cup?
yes, yes.
Do we expect them in the final?
I'm expecting them in the in a knockout part of the championship. The sole reason being PSG is the more calibrated, more balanced team
Mm-hmm.
in the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing that might play a factor in PSG not going for might be player fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
But they are the team that has not made any move that are coming out of a winning season, and the players play well together. You know, when you're cooking all the seasoning matches and the food comes out really, really good, this is what's going on right now for PSG. So the team is, you see, like Spain is playing, PSG is like that. Because I was watching the Spain France game, two passes and they're already in your half and the opponent's half, like ready to score. PSG is fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. They have Barakola on one side, Doué on another one, Dembele is in the midfield, and they interchange. So you don't know who you're guarding as a defender. That's one. Two, on the backside, they have Hakimi on one and Nuno Mendes on another one.
Mm-hmm.
So in the midfield, they have Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and that other kid from Portugal. I don't remember his name, but those they can hold the midfield, like they can guard. So the same way they fast as attacking, they are fast as defending too. So they defend as a group and they attack as a group. Same thing for Spain. So those teams are very unpredictable. Like we would have thought Portugal would have won against Spain today, and it got two penalties. So that means they really held their own against them because one thing they did though, they shut Yamal down. In the game, they shut Yamal down. So that's something you cannot really do with PSG. The sole reason being, you see the way on the right for this attack. Next attack is gonna be either in the middle or on the left. Like they interchange. They are so good at counter attacks that it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So you like those team coming out of the Caribbeans like Brazil, Mexico, etc. I don't think they are ready for that level of football. Real Madrid is gonna experience with new player coming in. They're gonna try with Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're gonna try with that new kid they got from Spain that is a defender Dean Huijsen. They are trying to get another midfielder coming in. I'm hoping they get Vitinha. I love Vitinha. I'm hoping they get him, but they are not. Is not in talks. They talking about somebody called Casillas from Benfica. Um, Dortmund had not had a winning season, so I don't see them being much of a threat. Is Bayern in there? The only team that I could see, Inter is there. Inter is a good team too, but I
They're
think
not a threat
PSG,
though. I don't see Inter being that big of a threat.
bro, yo, as much as they are old, they
There's,
have experience.
I still don't see them being that crazy of a threat.
The thing is,
Not when you worry
never,
about.
no, never count down a team that is resilient, that can give you one goal and then go shut down their defense.
Yeah, I hate watching teams play like that though. But that's just me.
Yes, me too. Me too. And there's another factor that we forget, the referee factor.
Yeah, That's true. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, Barcelona fans have a lot of argument regarding that entire elimination game where there's a lot of crappy decision that the referee took that are
Of
crazy.
course.
So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him, I hate that referee in soccer have that much power. You are one man playing God on the field. You know what I hate the most watching soccer, Ollie? It's like the guy take a bad decision. Like, let's say he called a penalty and there was no penalty. And then one player is arguing, like, there's no penalty, no penalty, and that player can get carded.
Yes.
And a card that might affect the next game.
Yep.
You know what's so there's a lot that's a lot of power for someone to have. So it's not like basketball where there are many referees. One can come and say, "Oh, that football," and say, "Yo, that flag or something that foul was not necessary." They have a lot of power, man. So we have to count that referee factors. But I don't know, man. I feel like PSG might go for. Um, I feel like Real Madrid might go for, and then Inter might surprise you as much as
Uh,
they are old. Yeah, they are very old. It's an older team.
I
They
don't
might
know.
surprise you. Porto is another team that might surprise you. The team that I don't believe in coming out of the Italian league is Juventus. I don't believe in them at all. At all. And another thing is they have already that accusation on their head that they've been doing illegal stuff like gambling on games, like
Oh,
paying referees.
no.
So best
No. Not
mm,
Juventus. Not
hmm
Juventus.
I know,
No, not
not
them.
the Italian team.
No. Again?
So
No.
best believe that referees are gonna be tighter on them. Oh, Manchester City in there isn't there. Although
Manchester City.
Tim seems to have figured out Guardiola style, but they are still a threat. As long as you have Erling Haaland in the front of your team, you are a threat. Chelsea's in there, but I don't know. Besides that,
Chelsea's
that's it,
gonna
man.
get punched
Bayern
on.
is in there. Can be annoying, but yeah.
I got Chelsea getting punched on. I'm so sorry to. I've got two cousins who are big Chelsea fans. I'm so sorry to them. Chelsea's gonna get punched on. It's gonna be bad.
Chelsea is more like the way Chelsea is right now. If you look at Chelsea's roster, they keep buying young players and then for teams to come by from them. So they are more like a stopping spot for players that gonna go into bigger and better clubs.
And that's a shame. You don't want to be that. You're
I
gonna
know.
get pushed
Chelsea,
on.
Chelsea, yo, the Chelsea. I used to love Chelsea when they had Michael Ballack and Frank Lampard back in the
Mm.
days. That used to be Didier Drogba in front. That used to be a good team, man. But for a while now, they've been that stopping shop for teams. So yeah. But Club World Cup is starting soon. Like I think next week we in after that international break we in for a threat. Um, on other there's okay. Brazil played their first game under Ancelotti against Ecuador, and it was a tie game 0-0. Now,
Feel out game. Feel out
yeah,
game.
that was like a trial to see what player is gonna call back and who's not gonna call back. And keep in mind Rafinha was absent, Rodrigo was absent.
Hmm.
As much as they were, it's still pissing me off that we could not beat Ecuador because, yo, who are we talking about? We're talking about
You have
Brazil,
you
man.
yeah,
Five
but
star.
okay. You and all the Brazilian fans have to accept something. The era of dominance is over. You do not have a team where just because you have the names on the. I like to compare different sports teams to different sport teams from other
Hmm
sports. So I'm going to say this. The Brazilian international team is like the Los Angeles Lakers in 2015. Or I'll do you one better. They're like the Los Angeles Lakers in like they're like the Los Angeles Lakers before LeBron got there. Y'all are
I
relying
agree.
on y'all name and y'all history as a club, and
I'm
using that to set up the expectation that you should still be succeeding, not only succeeding, but dominating against other international teams. And that
I'm not
has
talking
been,
about. Let me tell you this though. Let me counter
it's
your
over.
argument.
It's over. Is
No,
zero
let me
zero a
counter your
0-0
argument.
game without some of your star players that weren't there is normal.
It's not.
It's
The
normal.
reason being, let me tell you though. Let me counter
Y'all
your
fell from
argument.
grace.
Yes, I agree that we fell from grace. Since
This is
we
the
took
result.
7-1 against Germany in 2014, we've been fell from grace. Now, when you are a Brazil team that has in the front, like the attacking front, you have Vinicius Junior, that is a key player for Real Madrid. Okay, you have Martinelli, although he came in the second half, but he should have studied, in my opinion. But Ancelotti wanted to stud that kid that who supposedly is a wonder kid. He played well, though. Don't get me wrong, he played well. Estevao, he still plays in Brazil. He's a good player, lacking of a little bit of experience. Fine. We don't have a good nine, a good attacker, so I'm not even gonna talk about attacking. But after you have all those players, who you have in the midfield? The only person in the midfield that I think has some type of that earning strap is Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes that is playing at Newcastle, which is a high level England club. But Gelson also is in Newcastle. But those guys were not as solid as they should have been, in my opinion. And then when you go to the back, you only have Marquinhos, that is a serious defender. That Alexandro kid, he's not convincing yet. And then Alisson is a good goalkeeper. We had nobody else. Those were fillers. Like there's an attacking play where one player got the ball in the box. You just gotta shoot this. And he tried to make the control. The Ecuador player just got back and then kicked the ball away. Like there's that lacking of first instinct as a soccer player where you know that. And remember that goal that we talked about on the podcast that Rafinha made, and we said that anybody else would have missed that, but Rafinha's first instinct was shoot first, ask question later. Sometimes you have to just kick the ball, bro. Don't forget about all that like fancy stuff, all that, oh, Mbaldi blow, I'm gonna humiliate you. Like, yo, football, this is not the same thing anymore. But let me tell you why we fell from grace. Because France did not fall from grace. Spain did not fall from grace, and they were always good teams. Italy is rebuilding. But the reason why you fall from grace is when you're not planning the future. And if people like wanna apply that to their everyday life, that's the way it is. You were champion and you got to the quarterfinals in 2006. When you got there, you had Cafu and Roberto Carlos that were older, like on the older side. Everybody from that selection, if you look at what they're doing now, none of them is really involved in football activities. Meanwhile, you have Guardiola that used to play back in the day, which is one of the best coaches right now. Ancelotti that used to play back in the day, who is one of the best coaches right now. If we want to go to Argentina, you have the coach from Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone, that played around the time those guys were playing. He's one of the best coaches right now. Who we have as a Brazilian coach? Nobody. So there's nobody in that Seleção that thought that, okay, you know what? Let me go to school to learn how to coach and to prepare the next generation. I agree that not everybody wants to do that because Ronaldo is involved in Valladolid. Owns a stake in there, which is good. So he's looking for the next generation, but there's nobody preparing that next generation in Brazil. So Brazilian now that are coming from Brazil clubs to play in the Seleção, they rely on their talent. But no, there's nobody there in their club telling them, okay, this is how you play technical football. This is how you play this and how you play that. So you take those guys that are relying on their pure talent, and you take those other guys that are in Europe right now being taught the European way to play football, and you put them together. You think that's gonna be a good matchup? It's not. So there's
0-0. I mean, everything you said perfectly fine. We're saying this. We're saying the same thing. You don't get.
I agree with you, but there's a reason behind that. You you know that sentence in French that say le génie n'a qu'un siècle. This doesn't apply here because when Brazil was good, all those other countries that were good are still good. So
Yeah.
it's not about le génie n'a qu'un siècle. It's more
Mhm.
about this génie did not prepare its future.
Mhm.
So the other club, I'm saying the other country that fell too was Italy.
But they're on the way back slowly.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're on their way back slowly.
Yeah, thank you. But this is what's going on right now in Brazil, and I don't see a way out of it, honestly, man. I really don't see a way out of it.
This is so depressing. Oh my god.
I'm not depressed, honestly,
Zero,
but
zero. The full team didn't play. It was a 0-0 game. It's the
no,
first.
no, I'm not talking about that game. I'm
I
really
know, but
not
I'm
talking
saying,
about,
but like even further ahead in the future, just
nah, I don't see a way out of it because
have a little more hope.
Ancelotti is gonna come. He's gonna do what he does. He's a very good professor for. They call him Professor Ancelotti. He's a very good coach for young players because he can tell them how to behave on the field. Hence Vinicius. This guy took Vinicius was there under Zidane, but this guy took Vinicius to another level until Mbappe got there, and Vinicius said he was gonna do 10 times more, and he did 10 times less. But it took Vinicius and Rodrigo Valverde to another level. Like he elevated those young players. Now, does he have enough games with those? And I like the fact that he studied Estevao. That's putting confidence in the kid's head. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
He could have called Neymar. He did not call Neymar. He could have called Rodrigo. He said, "Nah, Rodrigo needs a break. He played too much. Let him chill." He could have called Hendrik, and he made a joke about Hendrik. They say, "Why you didn't call Hendrik?" He said, "Well, he's not even a starter for his club." Bro, you were its coach. Why you like? Why you didn't start him? But anyway, I'm just saying, it's putting confidence in those kids' head. Now, my thing is, you know how sometimes you're stuck in your way of doing a thing and it's really difficult for you to get out of your way? So those who are a little bit older, like we're talking about that Alexandro kid, Van der Son, etc., that are like 23, 24, etc. They've been doing the same, playing the same way for like 6, 7 years.
Mhm.
Is it gonna, that's what I'm saying. So it's gonna come and do his thing. But if I play Spain, that's a guaranteed 10-0.
10-0?
And that's a guarantee. Yo, France took five.
10?
France took five.
10?
Yeah, yeah, at least.
All right. All right. Well, his lack of hope aside, hopefully the
I'm just saying, bro. Like I'm watching France play Spain. The way those kids are fast. Qui est-ce qui va le barrer in Brazil? Alexandro Van der Son, Danilo, old man Danilo, that need a walker to play on the field. Come on, man. That's a guaranteed 10. And next thing is I hate to do this, but we gotta talk. We gotta bring a little bit of politics into it for the soccer thing. The World Cup is kind of in shambles, like for America right now, bro. With that new thing that passes that ban a bunch of country from coming in, and
Yep.
the thing is, we talked about this before, but we're more concerned about the teams, and we thought that maybe they could work something out. But a lot of fans now might not be able to come, so that's
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
That's money that FIFA's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And I heard they are considering removing United States and the World Cup. And what's crazy is I started working for a new law firm couple 3 weeks ago, and that's a firm
Congratulations.
thank you, that represents transportation. Like the key thing is transportation, but we still do other stuff too. And the partner, one of the partners, is the one that brokered the deal for New York to have the final for the World Cup. And now they might remove the whole US. So that's money that this guy's gonna lose, man. I feel for
Well,
him.
hey, it is what it is at this point. The big man in the big chair made his big
He made
decision.
his decision, and nobody can do anything about it. But well, we'll see. Still, there's still like a year to go. Like, yeah,
If
literally a
this
year.
this could affect how if they move to a different host country, this still probably affects. This probably makes it harder for Haiti to make it to the World Cup.
Are they gonna make it? They are undefeated in qualifiers.
I saw that. We smacked that. I forgot who we played. We smacked the team
Aruba,
5-0.
Aruba.
I'm
They
not
are
gonna say nothing.
undefeated in
I'm not gonna say
qualifiers.
nothing bad about Aruba because I gotta go down there
I, t-
for
I
some.
told you that they are gonna make it because they don't have to play Mexico and Canada. And I'm not scared of the US in soccer. I'm not.
As a Caribbean, eh,
No, I'm not.
I'm not scared of them. It's just they do have they're just one because of the way the country's set up and the way they feed into their program. They're just one of those teams that are they can never truly be bad. You know,
Yeah, but right now,
they could be okay. They can be regular. They could be just a regular team, a
so
solid team.
they are usually just a team that has one star player and a bunch of good players.
Good
Like
young talent too.
they had a good they had good team. They had a few good players, but a lot of those guys right now are being investigated for that thing I told you about Juventus because they play in
Juventus.
Juventus. Yeah.
Oh,
So I feel like that's affecting their mental. So, but they have Christian Pulisic, who is a great player. Besides that, they have the guy that is the president's son. His dad used to play too. What's his face again? Timothy Weah. Tim Weah is a good player. Weston McKennie is solid, and that's about it. Tyler Adams was solid, but he lost level. But I don't know, man. I'm not scared of them.
we
Canada,
now
we
Canada.
beat Canada before,
I'm not scared of Canada.
but Mexico, yeah,
I
I'm
fear
scared of
Mexico.
Mexico.
I
I
fear
fear
Mexico.
Mexico.
I fear Mexico. God, they also that's past history. I fear Mexico. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say
Mexico
too
is usually always solid, man.
solid, solid.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the woman lost to Canada though. The Haitian women's team lost to Canada 3-1. We beat Aruba 5-0.
Yeah, I saw a post for the Aruba game. I was like, oh my goodness,
Yeah, we are undefeated in qualifiers, so good for us.
smacking them in good
So
fun,
I
in
don't know
good
if we're gonna
competitive fun.
play we are 3-0 in qualifiers right now. I don't know if we will get to play Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica so next. Those usually are problematic team for us, but we're holding on, so that's good. Now let's switch into football.
You were
Rodgers
right.
to Pittsburgh.
You were
I
right.
called it.
You were right. You were right.
I would have been more hype about it if they did not trade what's his face? Uh
Kenny
huh?
or not Kenny? What's his face?
The other wide receiver, man, I'm missing his name. Pickens.
Yeah, Pickens.
I would have been really hype about it, but man, I'm excited to see Rodgers and Metcalf's connection, but I still feel like it's another New York Jets with Rodgers and that kid. Uh, I'm missing his Wilson, another Rodgers and Wilson type of thing. The only thing is they Rodgers now facing the division with the most dangerous pass rushing in the NFL.
It's
You
not. He
gotta
don't
play.
play. He don't play. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. If anything, right?
Mhm.
This is going to elevate his status and give him goodwill if he plays well against those teams. They're going to be like, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers, an incredible talent, such an incredible quarterback. And that's if they have a good season. If they have
bro.
a terrible season, he's retiring. That's my declaration.
He's gonna retire after getting all those hits from. You got Miles
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
You have those guys from the the team Lamar Jackson play for, the Ravens.
Ravens.
They have a
Oh,
dangerous
man.
pass rush.
Yes, they do.
So I don't see the O-line protecting him like that, bro.
And his
I
name is
don't
not
see.
Tom Brady, so he's not going to get them passing the roughing the passer calls. He's not going to get those too many times.
No,
Not Tom.
because Rodgers has not been that guy in a long time. So it's not like it's either Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady who's playing and even Lamar Jackson don't get those calls. So Josh Allen don't get those calls. So, bro, 40 and up year old Aaron Rodgers against those guys, I think this is the last year. I think this is the last hurrah. Because, bro. Mm,
And
mm.
where do we have the Steelers? What do we have the Steelers doing? Because you called it. The floor is yours. You called this. I was calling
Yeah,
you crazy. I was like, there's no
I called
way.
it.
You called it.
We have the Steelers doing what they've been doing. They're gonna be in the playoff, man. It's under Mike Tomlin. I don't have the Steelers winning a Super Bowl. I don't. It's not clear for me who's gonna get there this year. I still
Mhm.
gotta see all the moves, but
Mhm.
I don't know what other move the Steelers make. But as of right now, like this Steelers team, I'm worried about two things. I'm worried about him breaking his leg in the first game again on a pass rush. I'm worried about him getting seriously hurt because you hate to see it.
True. But
And
that could happen at any point in the season. That doesn't.
yes. But now it's more evident because he's 40 and up. And you seen Miles Garrett, bro. This guy is built like a tank. I
But
don't I don't even want Miles Garrett to like tap my head like this, bro.
if
Imagine getting hit.
but I feel like you get into
Too deep in the season?
You get Aaron Rodgers and you know what you're getting at this point. There's no way you go into the season and you don't prepare to at
To
least
protect him?
cover up. Yeah. At least because you know what you're getting. It's not like
I've not seen any move to protect the pass rush though. I've not seen anything like that. And I know their O-line is not that protective because those two guys were getting hits last season.
man, I could come up with a really nasty theory, but I'm gonna just keep it in. And we're
Nah,
just
keep
gonna
going. Let's talk about it.
nah, it's craziness. My theory is that
But you know what's poetic though to me? He might end his season and the team he faced to win his Super Bowl.
that's
There's
nasty.
three guys, huh?
That's nasty.
There are three guys right now. Three guys that I'm following. Three guys that have been fans of and that are in their 40s. Rodgers, CR7, Braun. And Sham, I'm hearing talks of this is LeBron's last season. 23 is gonna retire after the 23rd season.
I'm
I
not
hope
buying it.
not.
I'm not
Huh?
buying it. I don't believe in it.
It's like a
It's
what
a
you call
rumor.
it marketing type of thing, I guess. And CR7, I'm hearing talk that he gotta play the World Cup. And like I said earlier, he's doing his thing. 8 goals in 9 games. Les payables dribble. Rodgers, mm, bro, I have that nasty feeling that Rodgers
That's your guy.
Rodgers is not gonna end. He's not gonna finish that season.
That's your guy, man. So you gotta come
Yo,
with
that's
it.
my guy, and that's why I'm worried about it, bro. If he was any other body, give me him, man. But Rodgers, I don't want to see the guy get hurt, man.
You know what?
And you
Maybe
don't
they have
believe
to.
it. You don't believe that it might happen.
I don't believe like it's
Because you got
there's
the Browns pass rush. You got the Ravens pass rush. You have the Bengals pass rush, bro.
I hear
Shit.
you, but I'm shit. But from where I'm just like, there's no way you make that decision, and you're just like,
Okay. If the
you know what
Steelers
I
make some
mean?
move, if the Steelers make some move to protect him, um, by the season start, props to them. I'm gonna be like, okay, let's go, let's ride.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They at least they got to do something. They still have time to do something, but they have to do
Of course they
something.
do. But as we are talking today, because in my mind, this is Roger was not a mobile quarterback. Roger was known for like his arm, like throwing those Hail Marys, but he's not a mobile quarterback. You rarely see Roger scramble.
He's not gonna scramble at 40.
That's a fact. And when you see those things coming to you, you either just slide on the ground or get the hit. And at 40, man, yo,
He's
I
sliding.
don't know. Hmm?
He's sliding. He's gonna find a way. He's gonna slide if he's gonna,
I don't know, man. I don't
or
know.
what happens is they make no changes coming into the season, right? And Aaron Rodgers throws a fit, and he does his classic Aaron Rodgers thing where he goes on the podium after a game, throws the entire team under the bus, throws the entire general manager under the bus.
As
And
much
you
as it's my
finally
guy,
see Mike Tomlin get fired because of Aaron
yo,
Rodgers.
as much as I love the guy, I hate when he does those shit.
That's Ricardo. For better or
Yo,
worse,
I never
it's
was
sickness and
that
in
guy.
health.
Whether it was in classrooms, whether it was in teams, whether it was in at jobs, I never was that guy to tell on anybody, man.
Hey, he'll be like, if you got me some help against these pass rushing teams, he's gonna do all that.
And there again, those two guys are my guys, LeBron and him. I hate when both does it. I hate when both do it.
I don't. Yeah, yeah,
You don't do
yeah.
that, man.
You know,
You can, again, French French saying, "Les linges sales sur l'avant-famille, bro." You have an issue with your team, take it with your team. I don't need to know what's going on in there.
that's true. So what? So is it fair? Can it like to the person who doesn't watch the NFL? Can they skip the Steelers altogether?
No, because you have no playoff. They're gonna be in the playoff.
No, because but it's like if you make a move, if you're not moving backwards, you're not moving forward, you're moving to the left, you're moving to the
This
right.
this is this is a move. This is a move that they think is helping them move forward. But the only way that helps you move forward if you get another QB that they are okay. What they have right now as a QB because they let both Wilson and Phil go, and you take Rodgers at 40, a 40-year one Aaron Rodgers that might get injured by mid-season. Let's see who they have. Steelers backup QB. Because you gotta have a guy that can help you carry that team to the playoff on the
I
account
don't.
that
I don't think
Rodgers
they
get
have.
injured.
I don't think they have
You
that
have
guy.
Mason Rudolph,
Yeah, I
bro,
don't think.
bro. Let's be serious. Let's be for real right now.
So you skip the Steelers altogether, or this might be the year they don't make the playoffs.
Actually, it's not even Mason Rudolph. It's somebody called Will Howard.
They
Do
got
you
rid
know
of
him?
Rudolph.
Let's see. I think they got rid of it. He might be on the team still, but they drafted that Will Howard character. Let's see. It's still in there. It's still
So
there.
why is okay? Then shoot, yeah, like I said, this might be the first. I'm watching them only to see if like how the team gels with Aaron
It's
Rodgers. as the personality, not the player, but the personality.
Yo, I kid you not. I don't know what draft pick the Steelers had. If they knew, like, if I was the Steelers front office and I know I was gonna go after Rodgers, I would have drafted Shedeur.
I don't think they were. I don't think they. That's why to me none of this feels. Because when we were talking before this happened, you were like, you could see you could see him being a Steeler, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense because it's not something. There's no way you plan for this, and then everything you do leading up to it is the look of somebody who didn't plan anything.
Because as much as I love Rodgers, they is still putting Rodgers on a pedestal that he's no longer on. This is not 20 to 30, 35-year-old Aaron Rodgers no more. This is a 40 years old Aaron Rodgers, an aging guy that believes in holistic medicine, so that doesn't really take the proper route to get cured of certain injuries. So, and you bring him in a division that again, I'm gonna keep saying that until till Kingdom come, that has the best pass rushing in the NFL. So you're putting your team at risk. And in the middle of the season, this guy's gonna turn 42 years old. So he is good. Don't get me wrong. He is that guy. He was that guy. He's up there. But he's no longer the guy that you guys want him to be. He cannot, Rodgers by himself cannot be a franchise QB no more. And this is coming from a dear Aaron Rodgers fan. Let's be honest. It's the same thing about LeBron James. You have to bring him help. At 40 years old, as much as he can impact a game, he cannot do it on his own anymore. This is not LeBron that's taking Cleveland by himself to the finals. So we have to be honest. Like, yes, the name hold weight, but the player himself cannot do what he used to do back in the day no more. This is not a Rodgers that you will be leading by 3 points on him that will stand on the 30-yard line, on his 30-yard line, and throw a Hail Mary to a guy and win the game by 4. This is not the guy. This is not this guy no more. I haven't seen that Rodgers since his last year in Green Bay. I have not seen that. I haven't seen that. When he got to the Jets, first year injury, second year coming, it was recovery. And blaming, okay, they are too young, they are this, they are that. But when he's on the field, you don't see that guy no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Like you said, I don't know. Yeah, they believe in Rodgers, but bro, plan for your freaking future. Because
So
Mason Rudolph in it, and Mason Rudolph is QB3. Now you have a Will Howard. Will Howard is what? A rookie?
So
Yeah.
so okay. So is this a move? Because I'm not a Steelers fan. This might sound like I'm coping. I really don't care about the Steelers. I'm just confused. So is this a
I choose to believe since they dropped Mason Rudolph QB3, I choose to believe this is a move to prepare Will Howard for the future. Maybe that Will Howard guy is solid. We just don't know because I don't know him. I don't know what he did in the NCAA, but maybe he's solid. But I've never heard the name. The name that I've heard as QB were Shedeur Sanders.
Cam
The guy
Ward?
they took. Thank you.
So what? So on the flip side for the New York Giants, right? They've got my guy Jameis. Love that guy, and then they've got. I'm not really I'm not the biggest fan.
I'm not a fan of Russell Wilson,
but they have Russell Wilson. What does that look like for them as a what is the
as a team.
as a team? What are expectations for them? Because I feel like this was another thing where they didn't really do much for me. They just another team that just you're from five, go straight from five. They just
It's always like that, man. It's always like that. So we see first who they have as wide receivers because let's see their depth chart. Um, they have Malik Neighbors, who is a solid wide receiver. And they have Darius Slayton, who's been good for them. I don't know Wendell Robinson. So Wilson has people to throw the ball to. And I think they have like a good enough pass rush defense, and they can stop the run a little bit. So I think they have a team that can make it to the early stages of the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
If Wilson doesn't get into his diva type of thing and he plays like he's supposed to play,
I don't know. I don't.
I don't see your guy playing much though. I
No,
can
I
tell you
know he's
that.
look. My guy is not there to play. My guy is there for morale. He's there for team chemistry purposes.
But he
We
might see the field if Wilson get in his feelings and start doing crazy stuff. Because he's their QB too. But they have
and when he sees the field, he's gonna do what? He's gonna ball out because his guys love him,
he can
and
play.
and it's good energy, good vibes, and he's gonna ball out.
I need
Especially
Wilson. I need Winston to be in a team where he's QB1, bro. I need him.
not at this point in his career. It's not. It's no,
No. But
no.
they have Malik Neighbors, they have Jalen Hyatt, they have as Titan, they have a couple of players, man.
Mm.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you like this. There's a lot of teams right now I cannot really say much about, but until I see how they play in the preseason and I can tell you what moves they're gonna make. Because I'm the guy that can tell you who's gonna get caught when I watch preseason games. So I can tell you, okay, this guy's gonna get cut. Like I'm 80% of the time, I'm usually right based on the way the guy play. Like Tim Tebow, when they called Tim Tebow to play tight end, as soon as I read that thing, I'm like, he's not even gonna last preseason. He lasted one game in the preseason. And Tim Tebow was my guy, though. I loved him as a QB. This is one of my biggest disappointments, but I loved him as a QB. So um, I can tell you though, they have Wendell Robinson, they have Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton. He got weapons. He got people he can throw the ball to. Now, when it comes to defense and like offensive line, I don't know if they're as solid as the team he won with, like
Mm-hmm.
the Legion of Doom, and yeah, that's the only team he won with. So I don't know if they can be as solid as that. So I'm saying they can be pending injury because injury plays a factor in football. They can be
I got them
early
winning the wild
playoff.
card game.
I got them in that too. Like, yeah, I got them in the wild card. And they might surprise you and win that, depending on the team they're facing.
Mm.
All I know is my team is facing them and I'm going to the game. The Niners, I'm actually I'm planning to get tickets as soon as possible. The Niners are playing them, so I gotta be there, man.
For preseason or actual
Hmm?
game?
Who?
For preseason or in the season?
No, end the season. And this is really good because it's early, so it's not gonna be cold. I'm gonna be there chilling, watching my game.
This is stuff people gotta worry about when they live in.
Yeah, when we live in New York and whatever, man. This is crazy, bro. I wish I lived in Miami. I would be at a lot of football games. I live in New York. It's always cold, and I have like the two, not two, but MSG is like a big stadium, so I cannot really go to basketball game because tickets are always high.
Yep.
And when I used to go watch the Nets play, after that they got KD and they got Kyrie, so tickets were high too. I think 2 seasons ago, my brother that was on the podcast with me,
Yep.
he got season pass tickets, so I went to watch last NBA game I was in was Brooklyn versus Dallas.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
nasty game.
yeah, that was a good game.
I can't talk either. I'm a Heat fan. Anyway, Well, that's a
You
perfect
you
segue
are
to.
you are closer to Buffalo than you are to any. So
I
if you
am.
want to watch the football game, you will have to go to Buffalo, right?
They're not seeing me over there. I go over there and they hand me a shovel and tell me to get to work. I'm good. I can have that. Yeah, just to see Josh Allen lose to the refs and Patrick Mahomes again. Nah, I got that.
You shovel enough snow in your life, bro.
I've shoveled enough snow in my life for free. I'm not finna do it so I can sit in
Nah,
my
I'm not trying
chair.
to get paid to shovel snow.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
But man, let's go to
Buffalo
basketball,
snow is
bro.
different snow, man. Buffalo snow is not real snow. Buffalo
Yo,
snow.
one of my best friend lives there, and
I
one
don't know
time
how.
he sent me a picture. He went to college, met his wife.
Oh,
His wife was there. She's Asian too. They got married,
in Buffalo.
and they bought a house. Uh-huh.
God bless.
And
In Buffalo. God
yeah,
bless.
and they have a kid now. They have a son now.
In Buffalo.
Yeah.
Nah.
He was. We went to high school together. I'm a couple of years older than him, but we were in high school together in Haiti. We moved up there. He went to college, like community college around here. After his 2 years, he went to Buffalo. He went to UB.
Buffalo.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of Asians there. There's a couple of guys from St. Louis that I went to school with that were out there.
Oh my God.
And that was surprising to me too, man. It was. I'm like, why Haitians up there?
You feel
And then it
nothing.
was too much for me.
Yeah, the snow? Nah.
When I live over, I keep telling people that I remember one day I went to HVCC and we live close to the college, man. Like
Yeah.
me and him, we live close to the college. It's walking distance. As I'm coming back, it was negative too. I
Yeah.
had to keep going into buildings, get warm, and then walk again. So, man, uh-uh. This
Nah,
crazy, bro.
I can't do
I
that.
and I'm not a guy that get cold easily, but shit. Upstate snow and upstate cold? Shit.
We speaking of upstate and in the cold, is it time for the Pacers to go cold and lose? Is it time for the Pacers because they've been hot this playoffs? They've been on a roll. They've been beating teams. They've been winning games they're not supposed to win. Is it time for OKC to put that lockdown defense and handle business and
They
tie the
lost game
series?
they lost game one.
But
Ali
their
Burton.
defense, but their
I,
defense, their defense, like 19 turnovers.
Ali,
If they can replicate that and just stay consistent in that, the better
bro,
team is supposed to win this series.
let me tell you.
And the Pacers are not the better team.
I'm watching game one. I'm seeing OKC going ballistic. Pacers got it to 3, and then they went back up to 10. Pacers got it to 5. It goes back up to 10. So I'm like, and she came to me like, yo, I want to go buy a snack. Like, let's go buy a snack with me. I'm like, you know what? This is a done game. I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I left. While I'm in line waiting, one of my best friend called me, and he's like, yo, where's Ali Burton Fair? And I'm like, Indiana won? He's like, yeah, man. Like, what the fuck?
I was driving home from work when I got the notification that there was a game because I was at work. I was watching clips of the game. I got to about
Yeah.
halftime. Seen it was like I'm like in my mind. I'm watching the game. I'm like, okay, so the better team is gonna win. That's literally I said the better team is gonna win. And then I go to my lunch, watch a couple clips of the game, go back to work, get the notification that as the game's going on. This was when Indiana had hit 19 turnovers as a team. It became a headline. I was like, oh, this is bad. And then
But Indiana was not better though.
no, because what they didn't, because I was working, so I didn't see this part. What they didn't say was, despite all the turnovers that they were getting, Oklahoma was not capitalizing on those turnovers.
Exactly.
So it was whatchamacallit, a friend of mine who was watching the game who was like, yeah, because I texted him, I was like, 19 turnovers, it's looking spooky, and he was like, nah, the game is still pretty close. Still, it's not what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find that, and then Manhattan.
Dog, I'm telling you, man. It
I
was
think they
still
lose
close
because
because,
Halliburton played bad to start the game. That's why I think they still lose. I think the series becomes tied.
but let me tell you this though. I was telling another of my best friend, I was telling Christopher this. He's telling me, yo, they got Shea, they got Caruso. I'm like, bro, do you see the way Indiana defend? You think Halliburton was guarding Brunson? I'm gonna take the New York series though. When Brunson goes in against Halliburton, you see Nembhard go behind him and poke the ball to make the steal or to make him turn the ball over. Like they have a way of defending. The only thing is when you take Brunson and Shea is more annoying than Brunson. Shea is the guy that I hate to defend. Like Steph Curry. Next time to Kote, like they warning. They creating space and they warning. I can't defend those guys. Like I'm the type of guy you start playing like that, I'm gonna just stand and watch you play because I'm not gonna run after you. I don't have that patience. So
The Pacers play
so
that way too. The Pacers play that ironically enough, the Pacers they have a great team set up for that style of play. I
hmm
sent you the clip, but it was like
hmm
it was where they were just setting. They have multiple actions going on at once, and you never know who the main guy, who the target is. You have no
hmm
clue who the target is because
hmm
somebody's getting open, and then you're communicating on defense, and you're like, no, he's part of the action. He's the priority. Go to him. He's this. And the whole time as you're watching it happen, they're setting different screens to create different angles for different
hmm
things to happen. It's beautiful.
yeah.
It's
No,
beautiful.
they play defense in another way. And also one thing I like about their coach is like I don't know how he says that to his players, but those players are not scared to foul because they know somebody else on the bench is gonna have a few minutes and keep playing that defense.
Hmm.
And it's like plug and play. Go and do that. It's not like,
Hmm.
okay, Nemhart was doing it, Naismith cannot do it. It's not like Naismith was doing it, my friend cannot do it. Like they're gonna come in and they're gonna play the same way, annoy you the same way, so it's gonna be hard for you to score on them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Only thing is now they need the ball to go in on offense.
That's why I'm saying they're like that's in my eyes. I think they go cold. I think because you're good, just because you don't have the
But
better team.
how can they go cold when Bryant is hitting threes off the bench like he's Steph Curry, man?
Because that eventually, because that's just because at that point we're talking law of averages.
Mhm.
That's gonna stop, especially if you're not that type of player to begin with. Like because realistically, the only players I could say that are like that, I can't even say Tyrese is like that because Tyrese is inconsistent. So there's gonna be a game. We saw it in every single playoff series he's had so far. There's gonna be a game where he goes super cold and it cost him because they're relying on
Yeah,
everybody else.
when
When
he
that
when he
happens,
only has 9 points.
that could happen tonight, and that could have a higher chance of happening more because OKC's defense is just that good.
Exactly. OKC is really good defending the ball. That's when Caruso and all of them come in.
Shay's not a bad defender.
Shea
People
is
might
not bad defender. You have
he's a
you have the
solid
Williams
defender.
guy, and you have Lou Dort.
Lou Dort is
Like both Canadian guy, they can defend the ball.
mm-hmm,
And I'm like last game, Matsuye was really good for them.
mm-hmm. He's
He
been
came
pretty
in,
consistent for them
yeah, he
overall.
came in solid, and he was the one who helped them gain that confidence back to go win that game. Because when I left, he was going on a scoring run. So that's what I'm saying. Like the Pacers coach, you never know who's gonna give him that game. So if Harley goes really cold, like ice cold, this is when Turner and Siakam step up. Siakam goes cold. Uh, McConnell, CJ McConnell will hit 5 threes, and another will give you
Oh, he
three. Like
won't. If TJ McConnell hits 5 threes, this thing is rigged. TJ McConnell is not. No,
No,
bro. But that's what
no.
I'm saying. Like those guys,
That's
like
but I see what you mean. I see what you mean though.
anybody can give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
What like that game? Who would have thought like Nace? Was it Naismith or Nemhard? Like one of them
Naismith
had like 20 something points.
Naismith hit like a but. I remember a game. This might have been against the Knicks. If it wasn't against the Knicks, it was against Milwaukee. He came in the game and he hit 6 threes in a row, like
That's what
that.
I'm saying.
And then
Bryant came and hit 3 threes in a row, like Thomas Bryant, bro.
that's what
Out
I'm
of
saying. They could
anybody,
go cold. They could. I got them going
at any
cold.
time, though, at
I
any
got them.
time.
I got them going cold because there's no way. The power of friendship and that randomness is only going to take you so far. It's only going to take you so far.
But I don't know, man.
And what we and another thing too, we talked about the refs when we were talking about the Club World Cup. I'm talking about the refs here. Shea Gil, we know what it is with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Mr. Free Throw himself, Mr.
Merchant.
Merchant,
So
Mr.
yeah, I
We
see
know what it is.
last game they were not calling as much fouls for him.
Yeah, but that could change because at the end of the day, the NBA is a business, the NBA is entertainment, and if there's anything you guys will learn from me in this NBA season specifically, Adam Silver does not care. He will manipulate, he will pull the strings, he will do what he has to do to make
Yo, that
the game
Dallas having
entertaining.
the number one pick still hurts me.
Dallas had a less than a 1% chance to get the number one pick, and they got it after they traded away a prime Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis straight through.
Now look at Luka. Look at how slim Luka is. Luka looks like me.
And then forget about that. You somehow have the Knicks and the Pacers meeting in the playoffs to go to the finals.
Finals. Mm-hmm.
The script has been beautiful.
Beautifully written. Beautifully
Beautifully
written.
written. And there's no way if I got my commissioner hat, if I'm Adam Silver, there's no way I'm letting the Pacers go up 2-0. We're gonna stretch
No,
this
they're not.
series out, and
I
I'm
have
gonna get paid.
I have OKC winning tonight.
You have okay. I have OKC winning.
I have
Tonight.
OKC winning tonight by 9 points.
That close? Really?
Well, I'm giving you guys my bet shit.
Oh. Oh my god! I had a one of my coworkers was asking me to give him to help him with his parlays, because he didn't listen to me when I told him because the whole time I've been telling the guys at work who watch sports, I've been telling them about the script because they've been like, "Oh, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. It's not happening the way you think it's happening." And I haven't been right about 100% of the things, but I was dead on about the Eastern Conference. I was like, the Knicks are going to make it. They better smack Boston because we don't really care for Boston that much as a people, except for Boston fans. Y'all love Boston. The greater populace don't care about Boston that much. So Boston's gonna get smacked out of there. Then you're gonna orchestrate a Knicks versus the Pacers series where you're gonna have the Knicks lose at home because Reggie Miller's gonna be in attendance, and you're gonna have the Pacers avenge Reggie Miller. You're gonna have the Pacers avenge Reggie Miller. And then I said the Pacers are then going to go to the finals where they will lose the finals because the Pacers do not have enough and they are not that team yet. The finals is going to the West to the final. And then I said the finals was supposed to go to a Western Conference team. It was supposed to be Anthony Edwards because they want to force him to be the face of the league against his will. We saw how that happened. So that I was wrong on that. So now you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander on the best team right now, being the MVP that he is, that they gave to him after he won that game against Jokic. They gave him the MVP.
So you're calling Shea Finals MVP?
Yeah. Finals Shea Finals MVP. And if he does win the chip and gets the Finals MVP, it's one of the most impressive seasons from the two guard position ever. History will be made.
Damn, bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah. history will be made. If Shea wins this finals and he wins the finals MVP, he will finish off a historic season from the guard position.
This is gonna be the first guard who did that, right?
I don't know.
When Dwayne Wade did it, he wasn't MVP that season when he
No,
won
he wasn't.
finals.
He was not MVP. He was not. He did not have a Wade.
Oh, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a guard, right?
Yeah, two guard. He
So
got
he did
MVP
that.
finals game. It wouldn't be the first time, but
It
it's
wouldn't be
like
the first time.
it'll be since Michael.
Since Michael, probably, yeah,
Michael.
because I think he has been the forwards that have been winning it.
Unless when Curry won his unanimous, when he won his unanimous, I think he lost.
He lost, yeah.
He lost. Yeah, this might be the first time since Michael. Yeah, so that's gonna be historic.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be historic. So yeah, there you have it. That the Pacers. Again, I could be wrong. But I got the Pacers losing because they're not the better team. They're not. And then another thing too that has me concerned, and that's going to be the last thing I say, is Tyrese Halliburton just dropped his signature shoe.
Mm-hmm. How you like it?
The shoe looks good, but I don't like the fact that he's doing all of this extra side stuff during the NBA Finals. Like focus on the
finals, yeah.
Focus on the finals. The and then he had like something on Instagram where it's like, oh, it must be the shoes. No, focus on the main thing. All the marketing and everything else is gonna come after it. Mm-hmm. If you win, and if you win in epic fashion and all that stuff, the publicity, everything is gonna come easy to you afterwards because you're a champion. It would have been, especially if he gets Finals MVP now. Then it's a wrap. We're not gonna hear the last of you. We're gonna see the shoes, the commercials, everything. But for right now,
focus on that.
I don't need it. I don't even. I wish so many players would do the LeBron thing and just be like, all right, go
0 dark 23,
0 dark,
whatever their numbers,
30, whatever. You just shut it all down. Especially if you make it to the finals.
Yeah, I wish that too.
Adam Silver failed again for the finals thing. We need the finals logo to be brought back.
Yes, I miss it in 2K.
We need the trophy logo to be brought back.
I need it.
We need.
I need the logo, and I need finals on each side.
On each side to create. You gotta build the. You gotta create the storyline and make the NBA look legendary.
Yes.
It's more important now than ever to make the NBA look legendary because we've been talking.
We need it.
We've been talking about this. We were like,
yeah. Well, it's been an ongoing subject since the beginning. Sorry, to go back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
If Shea wins that MVP, it's gonna be an elite company. Only 2 people won it, was Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he'll be he's cemented.
Cemented, yes.
Cemented. Mm-hmm. And I will argue the greatest player to come out of Canada.
True.
The greatest player to come out of Canada. True. And then this season's been amazing. I have the only thing I had my complaints early on in the thing, but that's purely from Adam Silver needed to do a better job with the way he pushed the league to people, and
it's only the way the league. I mean, viewership, but to watch the games. But besides that, man,
from a season,
my team has been eliminated since the first round, and I've been glued to the playoffs.
I'm still here. I'm still from a season. Hats off.
It's been a great season.
Great season. Season.
Tom Thibodeau.
As a Miami Heat fan, I love it. Keep making dumb decisions, New York.
You think it's dumb decision?
I do.
Okay, why?
I was having this argument with my friends last night. I was like, you don't fire You don't fire the coach who helped establish the identity for your team and got them to this point, because Tom Thibodeau gets unfairly treated. It's Tom. If you're a Tom Thibodeau team is gonna be heavy minutes on the starters. Everybody knows this. This isn't that everybody's acting like this is some new thing. And then I'm hearing talks of like, oh, Tom Thibodeau didn't make adjustments. Tom Thibodeau didn't do this. He didn't do that. I'm not blaming him for this loss, because when the team is in a position of success, when they finally reach the Eastern Conference Finals it's been 25 years. Y'all finally made it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, where he didn't get nearly the love he deserved for being the coach to establish the identity and to coach a team to a certain way to get them to that level, to make certain key decisions, to make certain key substitutions, to put teams in that position. It's quiet. But now when they lose, suddenly it's fire him. He deserved to get fired. He played these guys too many minutes. He did this. He did that. You want to know what makes rotations hard? When you have a guy like Karl Anthony Towns getting in foul trouble every single game. You want to know what makes rotations hard? When your second big man in Mitchell Robinson struggles to hit free throws from the free throw line and is injury prone. Still.
Let me tell you this. I see what you say about the rotations, and I know you're gonna. I feel like it's the same discussion we had when we talk about when I tell you JJ failed me in that first round, and you said blame Pelinka. But when it comes to Tom Thibodeau, it was when my friend when Lord sent me that chat. Well, Haitian people know him as Trouble Boy. When he sent me that screenshot that Thibodeau got fired, I answered him. I'm like, Mbasezi, because yes, Thibodeau took them to a point in the NBA Finals, but I feel like that was the limit for Thibodeau. I don't think Thibodeau can go past there. I don't think Thibodeau can win it all with them.
You said the same. You said the same thing my friend said to me last night, and I said my response to that was, "We will never know because he was never given the opportunity to. He got right when you reach a new milestone, a new level, they pull the plug on you and tell you you cannot go no further than this, based off of nothing else."
You think he deserves one more?
Yes. You not after if the Knicks were Eastern Conference bound, an Eastern Conference team, like they would say they were in the Eastern Conference last year, the year before that, the year before, like if this was a Mike Tomlin situation where the team has just been mediocre for the past 5 years, then I would completely understand the firing. The team has been improving ever since he got there, year after year after year, for the past 5 years that he's been there, to the point where they had a roster competent enough to make it to a finals. He made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Last time they did that, I couldn't form complete thoughts yet. I was a baby. I had just entered the world the last time these people made it to a finals.
Mm-hmm.
The last time they got that level of success. So for you to have that historic level of success with the team, with the coach, with the makeup of the team, you strip that away. Now you're forcing the new coach to come in. You're forcing that new coach to be like, all right, guys, we're going to implement a new system. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You're establishing a new identity. And to the players,
they want to bring Meta World Peace, and I heard
he could have came in as an assistant, and you still keep Tom Thibodeau.
Okay, let me tell you this. From a loyalty perspective, I agree with what you said. But in my honest opinion as a fan and as somebody who understands the sport, I don't think Thibodeau will have gone further than this. And you will have been surprised to see next season they get eliminated in the first round.
Now I know they're going to get eliminated in the first round.
Nah, you don't know that, bro.
I know.
Because
it's over for
I'm
them
thinking as Thibodeau as a coach overall, what has he won really? He built the New York and brought them there, yes. But
that's what I'm saying. You're saying
what is his?
You're holding his history against him when he hasn't. He's not being given the opportunity to reach new heights. He finally reached the milestone with a team that hadn't been there in 25 years, and the organization pulled the plug on him. Now you will never know. Now you're gonna years later down the line, you're gonna revisit this, and you're gonna be like, "What has he done?" And the context will be when he was at the door to do something.
Did Chicago Bulls pull the plug on him when
Nah,
he was
Derrick Rose's ACL pulled the plug on him, and that's he catches a lot of
when
flack.
he got when he got to the Wolves? Did they pull the plug on him?
That was that for the Wolves, man. I got so much, man. That team was not good. Can we just?
Okay,
Can we
but
just?
he finally got a decent team. He took them there, and he got out coached.
That's not. I still don't think that's grounds for him to get fired. Not for the. You could say he got
You get
outcoached.
out
For me,
coached.
if I have a play style and a guy on my team is making it harder for me to do my job because he wants to get into foul trouble, I can't. I don't know what more you want.
My whole thing is, if you get out coached, like this is what you're here to do, coach the team. You get out coached, you cannot be here no
And
more.
even the coach he got out coached by. Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Rick Carlisle is a better coach than him. There's no shame in that. This is and we talked about this too. Coach is getting fired this season for nothing.
I told you I hate seeing coach get fired for nothing.
This was another
that one. I don't think it was for nothing.
Nah,
maybe it's my own bias against Thibodeau because he's not a coach that I ever liked.
Yeah.
But a lot of coach got fired that I don't like. I said that I don't think they should get fired. If Thibodeau got fired in the regular season, I would have been, man, that's crazy. But I think I'm telling you, he reached his limit. I don't think he would have gone past this.
Man, he reached the limit they allowed him to.
Don't be surprised that if he gets hired by another team and another team and another team, that this is the best accomplishment he has on his resume. Don't be surprised by that. Because the style of play that Thibodeau, the style of coaching that he does is no longer good in the NBA no more.
They got him to an Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, but against let's look at the Knicks. When he got to where he was really, really challenged, he did not rise to the occasion.
He beat they didn't have
he beat the Celtics, but Jason Tatum went down.
Even before that.
Yeah, but you would have never known how that series would have went if Tatum was okay.
They went into Boston and took 2 games.
They went into the Pacers into games 2.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I'm saying
let me tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you straight. You see, as much as I don't like Thibodeau, when they got one against the Pacers, I told NG, yo, they're gonna use the same formula. I'm like, don't let New York win one. If they win one, they're gonna know how to beat you. Because he's a smart coach, but his style of coaching is outdated.
I'm not saying all that.
I mean, that's how I feel about it.
I'm not saying his style of coaching is outdated.
Let me tell you, okay, a comparison to soccer. Yeah. I love Jose Mourinho. Love Mourinho. But in my opinion, Mourinho right now is not a coach, a good coach for any soccer team. His style of coaching is outdated.
For any soccer team?
Yeah. For any contending team. But if you need the team from second division to go up to first division, you might hire him. But if you have like a Manchester City, why didn't he stay in Manchester United? Why he got fired by Tottenham? Why he got fired by AS Roma? Because it's the same team. It's the same thing. It's outdated.
Man, I can't say that for Tom. I'll tell you.
Well, okay, let's let the fans decide. Like, leave the comments.
Because I'll say this. Because what's gonna happen is because I asked my friends this when we were arguing about that. I was like, so who do you go get after this, right? And they were like,
new
possible
coach.
candidate. Yeah, new coach. They're like, who do you go get after
No,
this?
I'm saying a new guy from the NCAA. Bring somebody up.
Oh, that is a you get a college coach to coach a team in New York City. That is a
You
death
get a
sentence.
coach. Okay, what happened when Boston did it with that guy before the team that the
Because
guy that is their
he
general
was already
manager?
an assistant. Because he was already an assistant.
Okay, bring an
They
assistant
had
up.
already.
Don't go hire any old head no more, man. Bring somebody new up.
Nah, man.
Or
Because they were like
promote his assistant.
because they were already. But then the team doesn't. I'm not gonna say the team doesn't change much. That is probably the safer route, promoting an assistant. But my issue with it is he's already responsible for establishing a culture there. Culture is very important. And all the Heat fan is talking about culture. Yes, culture is very important. The two teams you see, the two teams you see right now competing in the finals, one of them has a culture. Rick Carlisle had to change the way he coached in order to coach the Pacers the way he does now. Rick Carlisle does not coach the Pacers the same way he coached Dallas.
Thibodeau, bro.
Thibodeau
How
like
many
a
times we've
buggy
been complaining about Thibodeau?
from
He's not gonna change.
yeah, because of his top heavy, minutes heavy restrictions and all this other stuff for players. It's not good if you have players who are frail, who can't handle 82 game seasons. I get all of that. But then you get a coach who comes in next season, right? New
Mm-hmm.
coach, new philosophy, right? Chooses his guys, and it's completely different from the formula that got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. What's going to happen is it's going to hurt team chemistry because you're going to get some guys who are going to be like, well, this isn't how we did it. This is completely a complete 180 from what succeeded for us.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to be spending majority of the season forcing guys to buy in to the system that you're trying to implement because that system is going to be different from what it was the year you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because the front office has already decided whatever got us to the Eastern Conference Finals wasn't enough. So whatever you decide to do, it better not be the same as that.
I mean, promote his assistant.
I
Bring
gotta
in
go.
Meta World Peace as an assistant to help
Forget
them with the
forget the
defense.
first round. They go on the second round. I'll give them that. That's my respect to the Knicks. They go out in the second round.
But I don't know, man. I don't think again, for the sake of loyalty, maybe he did earn another season.
He
But
earned another season.
as a fan watching, in my honest opinion, I don't think he will have done much difference.
He
And
earned
I
another
think it's
season.
better for him to go on that high and get hired about the team, get his money up, than get fired
Who
next
hires
season
him?
for not making the playoff or being eliminated in the first round.
But who fires him? Who hires him though?
Oh, Shajit Moshe. There's team that gonna hire him that needs coaching right now. There's gonna be a lot of coach available in the
Yeah,
summer.
but then that's
There's
why I'm
gonna be
like,
a lot of firing.
you don't fire you
Kings
firing
Kings can do a
him.
hire. The Kings might hire him. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Kings right now. Um, I think Billups is gonna be out of a job. So Portland,
Billups is still in a job. We got man. I don't know. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth because I'm just like the guy.
heard that there's a team. I don't know what team, but there's a team that said I heard that a team is approaching Jason Kidd. It might be New York. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if Jason Kidd leaves Dallas. He might because he didn't. He doesn't. He didn't like the decisions Nico made during the season. He might, but I don't know. From a he earned another season. That for me, this is a part where you go into year 6 with him and you build. You're like you have a meeting with the front office and you're like, okay, from a roster construction point of view, what was missing? What did I need to do? You could argue they got out coached and stuff, but at the end of the day, if you got bench players coming in playing the way they're playing, if you allow Pascal Siakam to go for 39, if you like, there's certain things where it's like from me watching it, I was like, that's more personnel issue than it is coaching. because he can't do it all for you out there on the thing. He doesn't trust his bench guys, but that's also, I feel, a narrative it has merit because that is his coaching style, but it's not the same way it was 5-10 years ago, where he was just playing guys heavy minutes and never looking at his bench. I can't say that's the case now, even though guys like Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby play a heavy load of minutes. It's not the same. It's not the same as it was a couple years back earlier in his career, where he was just everybody plays 48 minutes. Everybody does that. No, there's like a select few guys on every team that he's been on where, yes, the starters are going to play a lot of the minutes rotation, but there's a key select guys like defensive specialists like OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, even Josh Hart. Those guys are going to play minutes.
But some of those guys are like free agents.
I don't see them leaving. I think Josh Hart is a free agent this year. I don't see him leaving.
Those are, I don't know.
And that's
man.
another thing too. If their team ends up being different because the guys that got them to the makeup of the guys that got them to the conference finals are no longer there, then none of the stuff that's happening in New York right now is telling me that they're making steps forward, or it's a step. They have a higher chance of being set back 2-5 years because of this.
But they're trying to get Durant though,
and that's gonna kill them personally. I love Durant. Kevin Durant as a player is one of the greatest players of all time. But to me, if you're gonna give up depth to get Kevin Durant on your team, you're not improving.
Wait, I don't know how that's gonna pan out, bro. We still gotta wait and see how the free agency go and the preseason. But
they
I
don't
really
want the
believe that
players. You know what,
this
Tom?
wasn't a bad decision.
Go back to the Miami coach trading staff, Tom. Come back home, Tom. Come back to us, Tom.
You can get him, bro, but honestly,
come back, Tom. Help develop our players, Tom. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart, the guys, if you guys are free agents this summer, think about Miami. You know what I'm saying? The grass might not be greener right now, but we don't fire our coaches after historic seasons. You feel me? Please
you
consider.
had the same coach. You had the same coach since Pat Riley gave up.
Hey, come to the squad. Come to the squad. Come to Miami with open arms.
Anyway, man, we gotta wrap up. It's been like over 1:30. But guys, let us know how you feel about the firing of Tom Thibodeau. Let us know if you feel like Cristiano is gonna play the World Cup at the same level. He's not doing much. He's just standing in front, putting the ball in. Let us know how you feel about Brazil falling from grace. What else? Who you have as the NBA final overall? What else, Oli?
Shoot.
Oh,
Honestly,
Rodgers.
I don't really have much else. Really, I mean, we're
Right,
all
guys.
in the sports. We're all in right now. It's a great period to be a sports fan. There's stuff happening.
Let us know, and then next week we're gonna start talking about the WNBA.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna start talking about that.
Stuff just started, so
yeah,
so I don't have any crazy takes right now. But
exactly.
the
So
women,
next week we're gonna start talking. But besides that, guys, have a wonderful week. It's summertime, so enjoy and be careful. And
get that
we'll
summer
see.
body ready. Get it ready.
Yeah, get that winter body ready.
Get that winter body ready.
And guys, besides that, we'll see. We'll catch up next Sunday. All right.
Yep. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff.
Definitely.
Keeping it rocking with us.
For sure. All right. Love as always, Oli. Peace.
Peace.
All right.